EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Ready! 18, pioneer! Tempo! Ready?
And Richardson will throw to start out here. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A quick throw caught by Rice. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Colts 15-yard line.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got it. They're in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
19 Lions.
Richardson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. The Colts had 0-1 of the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now it's Richardson. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Hey, check that, street. Hurt, right there, hurt. Ready.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Cup 19.
Here's Richardson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
60 Bison. Go.
On 1st down, Richardson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Mustang 19. 7 Pirates.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for KC. 46 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Tooney. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. They enter this one down to the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Down the left sideline. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Quiddy Pay, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But
there he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Hold it ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
There, Richardson back to throw it. Dancing to his left. And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Richardson going to change the play here. Richardson now on 1st and 10. It's complete to Hopkins. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
Panther 11. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, go!
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield, because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
Here we go, shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 18, Pioneer.
Looking to throw. Richardson.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
Hustle.
And they'll go with a ground attack here.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
That is caught, and he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 10.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Chiefs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Bronco 80.
Again, it's Taylor. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Ranger.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Richardson working from the gun.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19 Lions. Go.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Colts nothing.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Pushing his way through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, Mahomes. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
It's third down.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. To throw, it's Mahomes.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big play.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
It's the score. Chiefs 31. Colts nothing. Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl A 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
But certainly not often that we see an offensive team kind of breathe a sigh of relief when a ball is tipped and falls incomplete. But when you've thrown 4 interceptions in the game, that actually counts as not progress, but counts as something good because it didn't go against your team, and now he gets a chance to make another throw.
Richardson on 3rd and short. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1 yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Past the 20. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 6-yard line. A big play there for KC. 41 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Samson Abukum able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10.
Got it.
At their
Ready?
own 12-yard line.
Viking 18.
Richardson to the air on 1st down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
7 Pirates. Ready.
Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Colts send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So after the penalty, they're back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Let's get it now. Let's get it right now.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. There he goes again. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. Go.
Here's Richardson to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Warriors 70. Ready.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Come on, come on. Back. Hey, smash.
Richardson looking to throw. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. From the gun, it's Taylor. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Chiefs 38-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry up.
32-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at
at the 27. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
First and 10. Richardson looks to throw it.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
60 average. 60 average. 18 average. 18 average.
Richardson.
And this one is incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Gay's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So they haven't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running left to give to Pacheco.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
Hey, 43, 15.
Now here's Mahomes. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. 33 yards that time.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
1-yard attempt.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On the handoff, Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Third down and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. Now this taken in by Downs.
The 20.
Down the left sideline.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still throw it big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Butker's kick here is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.